In today's Cooking with WCCO, we're getting ready for pie making during this busy holiday season.
Chef Alicia Hinze, the owner and pastry chef of the Buttered Tin in St. Paul, is with us. We're so glad to have you here, Alicia.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We all have just been chatting up. We love the Buttered Tin.
Yes, we love the Buttered Tin. Yes.
You guys have been open for 6+ years now?
6+ years.
Congratulations.
And that's
on that feat.
It's a lot of pies. It's a lot of pies, right?
It's a lot of pies, and our Thanksgivings have just gotten bigger every year, so you know, we've really got down to a science at this point.
So what is the key? What is the key then to making the perfect crust?
Okay, so here we have pastry flour. You don't want to use a regular all-purpose or something like a cake flour. It's an in-between that has less gluten.
Can I buy that at the regular grocery store?
You can, but if you can't find a pastry flour, you can combine all-purpose flour and cake flour to make it.
So less gluten, what does that do? What's the result?
It makes it less tough.
Okay.
You know, you want like a nice flaky crust.
That's the key. Yeah.
And then, of course, a little bit of sugar. So we're going to put a little bit of sugar in there. That's optional, but I would think it adds.
Yeah.
It's just not optional, Alicia.
It's a good option, yeah.
And then salt is not optional. So then you mix that together, and then butter. So at the Buttered Tin, we use an all butter crust.
No lard, no
lard, although don't get me wrong, I like lard, but this has a ton of flavor. Obviously, butter has a ton of flavor, so we're going to use all butter. And then what you do is you just mix it together like you're petting the dog's ears.
I like that, petting the dog's ears. That's very good.
Until you get a cornmeal consistency.
Okay.
And the butter's room temperature? Or?
Cold.
Cold, okay, all right.
You need to have cold butter because that stops the gluten from forming, right? So that's what you're trying to get away from is forming the gluten. And then when you get it to the consistency that you want, which again is like you need butter chunks still in there, but still feeling like a little bit of cornmeal consistency, then you add ice cold water. Again, stopping the gluten from overactivating.
This is really just various science tricks going on here to try to slow down that gluten.
And with pie crust, you just want to think cold, cold, cold. Cold butter, cold water, everything. So then you mix that together and not a lot of mixing. Again, you don't want the gluten to work too much. And once that all comes together, all you do is put it into a plastic. And then
just plastic wrap over there?
Just a plastic wrap.
Okay.
And then you wrap it and let it sit overnight.
In the fridge?
In the fridge.
Okay.
Got it.
So again, you just want it to get cold.
Right? Yeah.
I would say ideally 24 hours, but you can do it up to 6 hours. And it's going to look floury, and that's fine, because the water will work overnight.
Cool.
So press it down kind of into the form that you want. Let it sit and chill overnight.
Wow.
And then as you can see here, we have one, and you see the butter chunks. That is important.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That means flakiness. So,
cool.
Again, to roll it out.
All right, Alicia, I want to make sure we show some of your pies so people can see how beautiful the end result is.
And if you can't do this, you can order their pies.
That's right.
I was going to say, there's also an easier way to do this.
And they're amazing.
And I do have to say, I mean, number one, it's one of my favorite things to make because it's so gratifying. There's so many steps. It's complicated. I understand why people don't want to do it at home.
Well, we'll come back to you after Mike does the weather, and we'll see the final product right here.
Thanks, Chef. Mike?
I just made some pie last night. It was a crust from the freezer section. Now, I feel terrible, but I knew that. I knew I'm not as good as the people at the Buttered Tin. All right, let's talk. And that cool down will come with a chance for rain and snow showers Saturday, and then some more snow showers on Sunday.
Great, thanks,
It's going to be cold at the Gophers game on Saturday, that is for sure.
And real quick, if people want to order your pies for Thanksgiving, what is the cutoff date for them?
It's the week before Thanksgiving. It's November 21st.
Okay, and you have the apples, the pumpkins.
The pumpkin chiffon, key lime, coconut cream, banana cream, pecan.
Oh, you got to stop. You got to stop.
Okay.
Enough.
The Buttered Tin.
Very good. Thanks, Alicia.